Hey friends, it's Rafi, and today is Sunday, August 30th, 2020. Had to think about that for a second. Seems like the days are getting away from me as of late, but hope everybody's doing great today. I'm coming to you to bring you a video of another reading, actually per special request this time. So special shout out to Quincy for requesting this, and definitely thought it was a great suggestion. So Quincy wanted to see a reading on our friend CHADWICK Boseman. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but the really great actor and seemingly really cool guy that unfortunately passed on the 28th of this month, a couple days ago. And so I thought it definitely a respectable thing to do, and I thought it was a great suggestion. So happy to do this reading for you, Quincy, and anybody else who may be a fan. So I have read several different things online from some of my friends and just people on social media in general. So you can tell that the guy really, obviously Black Panther was quite an impactful movie. Which, by the way, I tried to look for Wakanda wear, and this is like as Wakanda it's going to get today. So I know it's more like Carol Baskin, but it is what it is. So anyways, yeah, Black Panther was an incredible movie, had so much of it was really just such underlying truths. I feel, and let me just say it this way, like I feel or I observe or I would think that it seems to have a lot of the underlying values and traditions in ways, as well as challenges and so much more of the Black community. So definitely was an incredible movie. I enjoyed it myself. I know that everybody went wild when it came out, and y'all were wearing your awesome Wakanda outfits to the movie theaters, and that was just really cool to see everybody dressing up like that. So, and that's just another, just another thing that really kind of proves that that was a very impactful movie on us. All right. So, and of course, being the star of it, he did an incredible job. I have to say that I wasn't familiar with him before Black Panther came out, so that definitely was my introduction to him. I wasn't one that followed him very closely. I don't do a lot of movies, actually. I'm kind of a Netflix and at-home type of person, and I'll see a movie maybe. I actually saw Black Panther like a year after it came out, so if that tells you anything. So anyways, so I wasn't too familiar with him, but from what I saw and what I've read and just the tremendous outpouring on social media from you guys about him, it just really seems that he struck a chord with a lot of people and is definitely missed already, and so I can understand that. And actually, in doing his chart, because I've already calculated it here, I really see how that is applicable. And I'll go ahead and explain it to you, obviously, as we go along. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to go ahead and do CHADWICK's numerology chart, all right? One of the first things that stuck out to me, of course, I always do somebody's birthday first. And I'm looking for their life path, and I'm looking for their birthday number. So CHADWICK was born November 29th, 1976. Immediately, I'm looking at an 11 birthday number without even having to calculate, because he's a 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So we have our master intuitive right off the jump in this chart reading. Not to mention the fact that he was also born in November. So we have that duplicate master intuitive energy. What this tells me, and in addition to his life path, which we'll get to in a moment, but what this tells me is CHADWICK had some sort of very special connection to spirit. All right. I don't know if he was an empath. I don't know if he was psychic in any way, or if he, who knows. But he has the master intuitive as one of his prominent numbers, very strong coming out the gate. All right. Even though the birthday numbers, you know, one of the, I guess, the lower numbers as far as the weight of a number in somebody's chart, it's still your everyday energy. So that to me is a really important thing. Who somebody is going to be throughout their every single day of their life, from Jump Street to the day that you die, like that's the energy that you carry with you, and it's 5:55. Okay. I always notice certain times when I do readings, and I just write them down, and sometimes messages come through. So we have already connection and confirmation to duplicates and masters. All right, so like I said, off the jump, we have a master, okay? I really am feeling strongly that he did have a very great connection to spirit, and that's just immediately coming through the numbers for me. So I'm not sure if he practiced any certain religion or what have you. I love the fact in a way that I don't know much about him, because I want to go back, and after I do this, I want to learn more about him. And find out what in this reading connects like that, okay? So that is actually a good thing for me. But yeah, so we have that 11 Master Intuitive. So let's talk about the 11. The 11 is the duplicate of the 1, all right? So the 1 is the male dominant energy. The 1 is the initiator, the originator, the one and only. The father male dominant energy. So you look at it's like a stick, right? Kind of just stuck in place, kind of my way or the highway, dominant, and a leader. Okay, the 1 is definitely one of the leaders of all the numbers. So, with that being said, we had a personality, an everyday energy of somebody who was never afraid to take control. What strikes me differently than normal when I see a 1, and actually I'm a 1 birthday, so I'm familiar with that, but 1s are normally hard, so I associate a 1 with being a hard dominant type energy, but with this 11, I'm actually seeing it, and I know why, but it's very subdued, even though it's dominant, so it's like a strong silence, almost. That sort of energy where definitely can be felt in the room, but it's not intimidating, it's not aggressive, it's not in your face, even though it's strong. Strong and silent. Like the type of strength that it takes to be kind. That Morrissey lyric, like, how does it go? Like, it takes true strength to be gentle and kind, something to that effect. It's one of my favorite quotes. So that's sort of a strength, like an inner strength of character, based upon wisdom and intuition. Now, even though we aren't deducing it down to the 2, because 11 is a master, so we're going to keep it at that number, we are going to bring in a little bit of the energy of the 2, because at the end of the day, 1 + 1 still equals 2. So with that, we are going to infuse some very loving, mothering, nurturing energy, because that's the 2, is the mother, the lover, the strength and the backbone of that dominant father energy, one who supports, one who's more subdued and kind of takes a back seat, but is equally, if not more strong in a lot of ways. You take a look at how women, the strength of women, you know, especially like single moms and stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy being a woman. So, like that sort of an energy. And then also with food, I always talk about this when I talk about 2s. Most 2s and 11s love to show their love in food, or express their love in food. They'll either express their love in food, or they sense love via food. So they like people to food them, if that makes any sense, right? Cook for them, or they like to cook for people, or just like food is a way to show love and express love and get love, all right? So, so that's our everyday energy with Chadwick. And this tells me that he's the strong silent type, but the type to instinctively know what he needs to do about situations and sorry, sometimes I just have to quiet up really quickly and listen to what's coming through. So immediately, like, energy is taking me, I can't even finish what I was saying because it's so strongly taking me elsewhere. I know I was talking about the 2, but we got to go to the 9. This 11 is based on a 29. I was talking about the 2, and now it's pushing me to the 9. And then I have 2 9s above and below this 2911. So our life path is 9. So Chadwick was a 9/11 life path birth date, okay? 2 very prevalent numbers in numerology overall for various reasons. And there's a lot that this says to me, especially the fact that both his life path and expression numbers are 9, and that we have that 29 making up that 11 in his birth date. Because the 9 is the wrapping up of all things, the wrapping up of cycles to prepare for a new, all right? So it's the ending of things to prepare for a new. In tarot, maybe it's the Tower card, the wrapping up, the ending up of cycles to prepare for a new. And it's also, as far as like a personality of the 9, and like if the 9 was a person, I always call the 9 the shapeshifter. Not in like the bad demon way. I know that those are known as like evil things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the 9 is comprised of every other number in numerology, 1 through 9. So it is naturally going to have the ability to translate its energy into every other number's energy, which makes it so much easier of an energy to get along with for everybody. 9s are the type of people that generally everybody likes or everybody gets along with, and they have just an extra ability to give grace where many of the other numbers wouldn't, because the 9 can put themselves in another person's shoe or another number energy's shoes and kind of understand where they're coming from. So with this being said, the fact that Chadwick is both a life path and an expression, so our life path, I'm not sure if you've seen any of my other videos. If you want to know the basics of numerology, you can go check out some of my other ones. I go over all of that in depth. But our life path number energy is going to be our destination energy, the reason that we're put here, okay? The reason that we were born. And that energy, most of us won't exhibit the attributes or most of the attributes of our life path number until like the latter years of our life or the last half of our life. And our expression number, on the other hand, is how we do things, how and why we do things based upon our other numbers, based upon environmental factors, how we were raised, all of that, experiences. And so what this tells me is that Chadwick was he was an easy person to approach, even as famous as he was. Like, I don't sense that he had that pride about him that a lot of actors and musicians and celebrities have. So So very approachable. And just like nines, probably did not like to leave things undone. And I'm just immediately just being drawn to the topic of, with his passing, that there was a urgency, obviously, to get his affairs in order. Like, that was important to him. And maybe not that he did it late. Maybe that was just one of the priorities that he had to make sure was good. Maybe when he first got his diagnosis. So feeling a tremendous pain on the right side of my brain right now. I'm not sure why. But it's literally like I kind of don't even want to open my eyes. Like it's gone right now. It's just gone. It's strange. So something about a tree is coming up. Something about a tree. Not sure why. I just go with what is given. So what comes to me is like maybe spreading himself out, like maybe spreading what he did out, something. Maybe his estate was to be divided somehow, or I'm not sure. Yeah, so maybe I'll come back to that. But okay, so we talked about our expression number in our life path being the 9. So we're very, very approachable. We want to wrap things up, finish things up, and the 9 is very much like a for the people type number. 9s are there for generally for the better good. And 9s are the type of people that that a lot of their friends and family will go to vent. Because again, that 9 is very, very easy to talk to and won't judge you. But as such, they're also very susceptible to like energy vampires. And I sense that with Chadwick that there was protection there, though. There was wisdom. There was wisdom employed and protection. I think he kept his circle very small. That's what I'm sensing. That even though he was that approachable personality, that he wasn't like an entourage type of guy, if that makes any sense. Like maybe like a loner type almost. Even though like probably had lots of friends, but maybe he really appreciated his alone time. Kind of what I'm sensing. So, and as far as his friends go, and family, he was somebody that they could go to be comforted and loved. His personality number is 6. So 6 is the love of home and family and tradition and rituals and things that are sacred. All right, so this tells me that, and personality number, that's like how the world sees you. That's how everybody else perceives you. So that energy is very much loving, warm, inviting. When I think of 6, I think of Christmas, families coming into town, turkeys cooking, all of that fun stuff, and I can't wait until fall. It's so hot. But yeah, so again, a warm, welcoming number, very loving, and about his family. Traditions are sacred, and family is sacred. We have a lot of very stoic numbers in his chart. And what I mean by that is like serious numbers. Not a lot of rolling around at all. Tall, steady, strong, silent, strong. Like that's kind of, but warm, loving. Maybe the type of I don't know if he had kids or not, but maybe he was the, type of personality that as a father wouldn't get angry to discipline the kids, but maybe like sit down and talk to them very calmly, look them in the eye and give them that like disappointed lecture, which of course makes it so much worse when you're a kid. You don't want your parents to be disappointed in you. You'd rather take an ass whooping. But that's really what is strong in this thus far, is the strong, steady, rock, serious, not too wild at all. There's a lot of I feel like he's from another time. Like this wasn't his first lifetime at all. At all. And it's a part of what that 2911 is all about, and those 2 9s around it. Definitely here to do something. But it was all purposed. So his passing was purposed. It was supposed to happen. I know. It's sad. But what we don't realize is death is not at all what we think it is. We think it's like there's nothing more and it's a sad thing, and no. When we go, we transcend. We are not bodies having a spiritual experience. We're spirits having a human experience. Okay, so our energy is so much bigger than our bodies, and these are very limiting vehicles that we limited. There's only certain things that we can do as humans, whereas our spirit can do so many other things, obviously. And that does transcend into some humans. We're not going to open that can of worms right now. I'm not talking about that. So all my love and light people, like, that's to the side. I'm just talking as a human, okay? Maybe not a fully awakened human, if you will. That is just under the basic universal laws of humans and being on Earth, okay? So with that being said, we had purpose in this. And I feel like he may have even remembered some things, or maybe had dreams of his prior life or lives, memories from the past. But he was here to do something. And I really feel like he's just the strong Stoic type. Very just a grace about him. Like nothing too crazy different or unique or special in a way about him, maybe more seemingly regular, but the fact that he was so stoic and centered like that is what made him special, if that makes any sense. That's almost kind of like his superpower, just being able to remain calm. Oh, I envy it. And he was a rock. He was a rock for people. Wisdom, lots of wisdom. They miss being able to go to him, to, they miss being able to go to him. Like, you know, if you have a person that's just like, doesn't matter what sort of day you've had or what mood you're in or what you just did in life to like mess up. Like, doesn't matter what you are in that moment or how you feel, like he would be the type of person that you could go to and be around. And he would just know how to like absorb and transcend that energy for you so that you would be feeling better. I don't feel that he was the loud type. I don't know. But I feel like if somebody were to ask his family or somebody who knew him, you know, would say that he just wasn't the loud type, like he wouldn't get out of pocket like that, or there just seems to be a lot of wisdom and intuition and just a knowing and understanding of why he was here. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm sorry, I just got distracted and wanted to try to get back in. But okay, so moving on from the personality number of 6, now we go to the soul urge or the heart's desire number of 3. So 3 is the creative child, right? Our soul urge, our heart's desire is exactly what it sounds like. It's what we want most, okay, out of life and what we want to accomplish. His 3 is pointing definitely towards his creativity. So this was something that he took extremely seriously. His career was something that was how he expressed his creativity, one of the main ways. And likely why he was such a great actor. I mean, he played that role like, you don't have to be familiar with the dude to see the movie and be like, yeah, he killed it. It was a great role. He was the lead character in one of the like most memorable movies of our time. So yeah. So he knew he had talent about him. I don't know if he had musical talent. I don't know if there was anything involved with music, but that's kind of coming up to me a little bit too. And that's really what he wanted out of life, was to express himself creatively, and to be successful doing that. Which is interesting because, he did, and all the while he was able to still facilitate that sort of service, I guess, if you will, or benefit for his friends and family and colleagues that may have needed him. He was, the word that comes to my head immediately was a healer. Like, I think he was a healer. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. He's a healer. Okay. Which is interesting. Oh my God. Okay, this is where the tree is coming from too. Okay, so something about him, I don't know if we were into homeopathic medicine. I don't know if we were, if our religion was, very nature-based. Or if it was just being in his energy was therapeutic and cathartic. But there was healing energies about him. Okay. So this is one of the things that I say with lines all the time, and I think I said it earlier. Yeah, I did just say it. They're vulnerable to energy vampires. So there was a reason that he, ultimately needed to keep his circle pretty small. But, they say that you have to take care of yourself. And what I sense is that Chadwick was one of those that would sacrifice himself for others. Like, he would go above and beyond and not care about what the extra stress or toll on him was going to be, that he just knew he needed to be there. It was part of his purpose. And this, these are, I'm sure, knock on wood, and I don't want to call anything out, but as far as emotions go and being a very certain type A personality, like, I need to get a hold of my energy sometimes, so that I don't ever, I don't end up like stressing my heart out too much, right? So that's what I'm pulling up from this, is that he gave it all to others. And yeah, being there for them did take away, it took from him, it depleted from him. And he was one that, even if you're cleaning out something, if you're cleaning out somebody's dirt, if you're cleaning out somebody's toxicity, if you're cleaning out somebody's mud from their house, you're still going to get it on you, right? And, and spiritual work and energy work, we are very cognizant to ensure that we cleanse often, because we understand that there is spiritual attachments and that these things can actually do physical damage, by way of, everything from entities, energy like that, to just frequencies and vibrations. So it's not necessarily saying a paranormal type of thing, although it could be, but it's, just frequency and vibration, energy-wise, that can have a toll on us, right? So I have the sense that we maybe just never took enough time for ourselves. always there and gave of ourselves to others, gave of our energy, gave of our healing. So what this, it's almost like he, did he know? It's like maybe he always knew that this was part of his plan. So there was things that we had to do. I feel like there may have always been a sense about him or around him where he was like, go and get it done, like a go-getter, and don't mess around. But maybe not the person to tell you that necessarily, although maybe, but definitely one to live that. Like I don't sense at all that he was the procrastinator type. Like he was like probably there early and got things done, was reliable. But there's definitely there's such ties to spirit in this chart and destiny and purpose. And obviously, you know, nobody's destiny or purpose is going to be to, oh, I'm going to be a successful actor. That's not our destiny. That's not our purpose. That's one of the, you know, roads that we take to get there. All right. So we don't really know yet, or maybe ever will, what this may fully mean. But I bet you his family and friends do. And that he accomplished something, and he was here to accomplish something. And to him it was bigger than, and I sense that these are things that are going to be known, manifest themselves, or be seen, be recognized, acknowledged, now that he's passed. So I don't know if that's inclusive of me and you as well, or if it's just his family and friends, but the purpose that he had and what he was here to do may not yet be seen by some, that he was even close with. Maybe it's something that we, you know, they or we will find out later, as far as, you know, something in a will, or finding out that he secretly, you know, did some sort of work for kids or animals or humanity in general. So I'm not sure why, but red leaves are coming up. Obviously, I draw leaves on a tree naturally, but also my last name means red leaf in German. So this is kind of interesting. So I don't know if there's something, if we had a picture with a tree that had red leaves, but I'm just seeing one of those big, beautiful, bushy, just fat, round trees with the, beautiful red leaves in full bloom. Like, just a beautiful scene, actually. And a gorgeous tree with red leaves. My rendition of the tree is not too gorgeous. I'm kind of embarrassed to show it, but what I'm seeing in my head as I'm drawing this chicken scratch is really beautiful. So I don't know, maybe it's redwoods or something like that. I don't really think any further clarification is going to come through about that necessarily, but something about a red tree, red leaves, having to do with the 9. Sorry. So, come back to our 555. I'm not sure if this really doesn't fit in anywhere energetically, but I saw it, so it means something. Okay. All right. So to me, what that is freedom, free will, free spirit, and movement. That's what the 5 is, and this is a triplicate of it. So just extreme freedom. To me, this is honestly like energy telling me like his spirit is free, and that just makes sense. Especially that I would see it while I was talking about the 2911. It was 555. So that's exactly what that means. It's just a confirmation from spirit that he's free. Makes perfect sense. Because it's not at all applicable to any other number in his chart. So the fact that I was talking about the 11, his intuition, which means tapping in at 555. Cool. Gotcha. Picking up what you're putting down, buddy. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the culmination of the numerology chart for Chadwick Aaron Boseman, born on November 29th, 1976. So of course we wish him well. We send him and his family and friends our thoughts and prayers, and we'll remember him with great positivity and gratefulness for having given us what he did, of his artistry in his life. And again, I think that there is going to be information to come about him that is going to be maybe even for us. Okay? So let's be on the lookout. just something I'm definitely going to be, kind of keeping an eye on any sort of articles or what have you that come out about him, because I feel like we're going to learn something really cool and interesting about him. Yeah. All right, so remember red leaves, intuition, purpose, and just love. Love, strength and silence, and strength and calmness. All right, so that is the essence of his chart. Really cool, very zen, very, very just calm and not at all chaotic. So, okay, well, I hope you guys like that. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to let me know. You can reach me at Rafi Reads Numbers on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and that's Rafi, R-O-T-H-Y, Reads Numbers. All right, so thanks, guys, so much. Make sure to subscribe and like if you're on YouTube, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.